Eyeblinks add a lot of personality and life to a character. I found the most simplest way to create an eyeblink is with blend shapes. I can use joints to create them, but it would probably be more cumbersome and tedious. With the shape editor in Maya, it makes it relatively easy to create eyeblinks without weight painting. And you also have more control over how your geometry will deform. So let's begin creating this eyeblink. First, let's hide the outliner. Then let's go to Windows, UI Elements, and hide the time slider. And let's go to Windows and go to UI Elements again and hide the range slider. And let's go to Windows and let's go to Animation Editor and let's go to the Shape Editor. And let's move this right next to the toolbox. Let's reference the eye real quick so we don't select it. And let's select the mesh and create a blend shape. And let's rename it to eye shapes. And let's add a target. And if you notice, the edit mode is red. That means we are able to edit the mesh. And let's rename it to eyeblink L. Since it's in edit mode, let's start selecting some vertices. Let's push 1 for base mesh mode. And let's start selecting some vertices. Let's go to vertex, select these two, and let's go to the move tool real fast and turn on soft select. Push B plus middle mouse drag to adjust the size of the soft select. And let's move these guys down. And let's select some more and try to move the eyelid down. Be sure not to select any vertices in the back of the head or else you'll get deformation there too. Let's just keep pulling these vertices down and making them even. We're gonna go for like a 85% coverage on the top lid and 15% on the bottom lid. And try not to select the verts in the back of the head. Let's test the blend shape out and you can see some overlap in the eye. So let's move these guys down, move these verts down so there'll be less overlap and they'll cover the eyeball. Let's work on the bottom eyelid and pull these vertices up. Make sure it's nice and even with the top eyelid and make sure we don't overlap any geometry from the eyeball. Let's turn on wireframe on shaded mode and you can see the eyeball sort of poking out. And let's close the gap between the eyelids a little better. Let's pull up the edges of the eyelid a little bit to give it that curve. The outer one and the inner one as well. I still see some geometry poking out of the eyelid, so let's move some vertices out. Let's give eyeblink L a value of 0.5. As you can see, it intersects the eyeball geometry. But if we look at a diagram, you can see that it interprets it linearly. That means it goes from A to B in a straight line. So we have to add in-between targets to go around the eyeball curve. Let's go to eyeblink L and add an in-between target at 0.5. And let's go to, and make sure the edit mode is on, and let's go to the base mesh. Let's start pulling out the vertices so they don't intersect with the eyeball. Start pulling out these eyelids. I'm trying to make sure that I don't select any vertices in the back of the head. Let's turn off the edit mode in the in-between target, and as you can see, the eyelid is no longer intersecting at 0.5. Let's go to eyeblink L and give it a value of 0.250. And let's take a closer look, and you can see the eyelid is intersecting with some parts of the eyeball. So let's go to add an in-between target. And it should already be in edit mode, and let's go to base mesh mode, and let's select some verts and start pulling them out. Let's turn off edit mode real quick. And as you can see, the eyelid no longer cuts through the eyeball geometry. Let's go to eyeblink L and give it a value of 0.75. And let's take a closer look, and you can see the eyelid still protruding into the eyeball. So let's add an in-between target right here. And let's go to the base mesh and start pulling some verts. In general, I only have 3 in-between targets because I find like if I have a bunch of in-between targets, the eye blink looks kind of choppy and all over the place. So I just keep it at 3 at quarter intervals like 0.25, 5, and 0.75. Let's turn off the edit mode on the eye blink target and let's see how everything came out. And there is no penetration into the eyeball area from the eyelid, so that looks pretty good. Let's duplicate the left eye blink to the right side. So let's select the left eye blink L and all the targets. Let's go to right mouse click, duplicate target. And it's now on the left side still, so we'll have to flip it. So let's go to right mouse click, flip target, and make sure it's on Object X and apply and close. And now it's on the right side. And let's rename all the L, underscore L to underscore R. Let's hide the shape editor real quick and bring back the outliner. And let's go to the curve shelf and let's create a circle curve. And let's rename it to I underscore CTRL underscore L. Let's group I control L real quick and let's rename it to I control L underscore GRP. And let's go to component mode and let's select the circle curve, move it up and in front of Buddy's head. Let's rotate it 90 degrees and let's scale it. And let's move it in front of the eye. Let's go to object mode real quick. And let's go to the poly modeling shelf. And let's go to the eye control group and let's center the pivot. Let's go to the eye control curve and center the pivot. And now let's duplicate the eye control group and let's go to the component mode again and let's move it in front of the right eye. Let's rename the eye control L group real quick and replace the L with the R and the eye control L curve also. and let's replace the L with the R. And let's go to the group and center the pivot, and the control and center the pivot. And let's go to the I control L and let's delete history. Let's go to I control L and let's go to the attribute editor. And let's go to I control shape and go to the object display. And let's go to drawing overrides, enable overrides. And let's select the yellow color. And let's do the same thing for I control R as well. Let's select the left eye control and go to the channel box. And let's go to edit, add attribute. And let's name it eyeblink underscore L. Let's give it a minimum value of 0 and a maximum of 10. Click add. And let's select the right control and let's do the same thing. Go to edit, add attribute. Let's name it eyeblink underscore R and give it a minimum value of 0 and maximum value of 10. And let's add it. Let's select the left eye control and let's select these attributes. And let's go to lock and hide selected. And let's do the same thing to the right one as well. Select all these attributes and let's lock and hide selected. Let's change the workspace to animation and let's go to key and let's go to set driven key and let's go to set. And let's select the left eye control and let's load it as a driver. And let's also select the eyeblink L. Let's select the mesh and let's select eye shapes. Let's load it as driven. And let's select eyeblink L and let's key it real quick. And as you can see, it turned blue to show that it's keyed. And let's go to I control L and let's set the value to 10. And let's go to eye shapes and go eyeblink L and set the value to 1. And let's key it. As you can see, now we can just select the eye control and go to the channel box and control the eye blink. Let's do the same thing to the right side. Let's select I control R and let's load it as a driver. And let's also select eyeblink underscore R and let's key it real quick. And if you go to eye shapes, you can see that it's turned blue, so that means it's keyed. Let's go to I control R and let's change the value to 10. And let's go to eye shapes and let's give it a value of 1. And let's key it. Now we can control our eye blink through our eye control. Let's go to Windows, UI Elements, and let's bring back the time slider. Let's go to Windows again, and let's bring back the range slider. Let's select the right eye control and the left eye control, and go to frame 1, hit S to key it. And let's go to frame 3, and let's go to eyeblink L and give it a value of 10. And let's go to the right eye control and go to eyeblink R and give it a value of 10. Let's go to frame 4 and let's hit S and key it, and let's select the left eye control and let's key it as well. Next, let's go to frame 1. And middle mouse drag to frame 10. And let's key it, hit S. And let's select the right eye control. And let's middle mouse drag from frame 1 to frame 10 and key it as well. Let's hit the play button. And now we have an eye blink. I guess this concludes creating eye blinks with blend shapes in Maya. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and give a like and subscribe if you do.